Worst to first.
Worst
to first.
Worst
to first.
The goal of the conference is to completely ignite, engage, and empower these youth to go back into their communities and hold their legislators and their folks accountable to bring real change in education.
I got a real situation, so we need to move.
And what we're doing is we're having, I think, around 350 college students and high school students here to use social media, use viral marketing tools, use basically word of mouth, and to use them as a huge wrench and crowbar to kind of basically break open the junk that's become the Florida education system.
To feel stressed, the trouble's all gone, it's a brand new dawn. Wake up, that's yesterday. Turn the page, this story's ended, move on, it's over now.
This is really exciting. Education is a really powerful issue. Tobacco and the Truth Campaign is another issue that we're really passionate about. We're here for education this time, and hopefully these kids will really go out and make a change.
Leadership. Leadership.
Leadership.
Leadership. Leadership.
Leadership.
I won't let it die. I won't let it die.
Let me talk about education very quickly. Florida is an embarrassing situation. We're 50th out of all states on a per student funding for education, K through 12, community college, and universities.
Florida ranks dead last in per capita spending on education. Part of the reason for this, we're cutting drama, art, music, PE, cutting 7th period, because there's just not enough money going to our schools.
So why should you care about how we fund education in Florida? You should care because unless we give today's and tomorrow's students the knowledge and skills they need in this global economy, they will not succeed, and quite frankly, neither will our country.
The people of the state of Florida really have within them the wisdom, the faith, the energy, the experience to make Florida a great state.
Let me tell you, this is definitely going to impact you if it hasn't already.
This is an issue that no one is becoming a champion of, and we need a champion. And we need to be the champion because we're students and this is our education. With people who are helping us and giving us a voice, and with the belief that we can make a difference, it's still a big issue, but we can do anything. The sky is really the limit. If we don't do something about this issue, then who will? This is the first time that students are really gathering and talking about how bad education is in Florida and starting to think about ways we can do something about it.
I think how many times when someone talks about education reform or the problems with education, do you ever hear from a young person? Do you ever hear from somebody who's actually living those problems?
We need one group, one organization who can be the unified voice to stand up. This is called a leadership corps. We're developing leaders in here. And we're going to go ahead and give you and empower you with the tools for you to go ahead and do just that.
As you're thinking about what's your particular passion, what's your particular angle to attack this problem of low education attainment in your community, in your state, you can pick a range of these things and know that the work that you're doing is having a difference on those.
But you have the tools today that no generation before you ever had.
You have a unique opportunity sitting in front of you today to leverage this to what your next step is.
That's why we're all here, because it's not about the issue itself, but how we tackled that issue. How do you guys feel about it? What do you want to do about it? And then let's go out and do it.
The people in this room can truly be a ground force for involvement, not just on your campuses, but in your communities.
Each of you has the ability to reshape and redefine the world around you.
We're getting you guys together, asking you what your opinion is, how you feel about it, and what do you want to do about it when you get back home.
To start thinking about, okay, well, what can we do? How can we use the tools that they're giving us to make a difference? Because your voice is going to be heard. So I would say just get ready for that. Get ready to be heard.
This weekend we learned about the harmful statistics of Florida
and their education and healthcare.
Very informative. I'm really excited to go back to my hometown and just start pushing things with local leaders and just start changing for education and get things rolling.
It really pointed out some things about Florida education that I didn't know, and it was a call to action for me, so when I get back, I'm going to take action.
I thought it was a great learning experience to learn about what's going wrong with Florida's education and how we can fix it.
I thought it was an absolutely unbelievable experience, giving kids an opportunity to come together that are like-minded and really, give them some good ideas on how we can fix the education problem in Florida.
This weekend, I thought it was an amazing opportunity to learn more about youth empowerment and what we can do to help our community and our state overall. We have the power.
And I found a lot of great people that were good with computers, and each of us had things to contribute so that when we get home, we know who to contact, and so that we can start this movement and get this action going.
Our students would definitely be able to start some sort of grassroots campaign, and they seem very excited about it. They seem to be highly motivated, and I think with President Clinton's speech, that just put the icing on the top of the cake.
And to see so many young people in the auditorium here at the University of Central Florida that will take the message that former President William Jefferson Clinton had to deliver here today is definitely something that's going to be powerful for this state and will pay off in the future.
I thought that was probably one of the most inspiring speeches I've ever seen in person. He's so personable, and he really understands what the people want to hear, and he wasn't just telling us what we want to hear, but he's doing it himself.
We got to listen to a bunch of people talk to us about education and how we need to change it and how we as young people can get involved.
We've already started. Our county, they started a group, and we're going to meet back up this week and talk about things we're going to do.
And try and inform other teams about the stuff we learned this weekend.
I'm excited to share the news with everybody, use Facebook, contacting people, flyers, just spreading the word about how we can improve and need to improve our education in our state.
We had an awesome time, and we want to thank everybody who put it on this weekend.
Yes.
Because for doing this in 2 months, and this is the first annual one, we're so proud to be, the starters